Hey, thanks for stopping by. You know the story about Hansel and Gretel. It's about kids, but man, does it have a lot to tell us about midlife and the third quarter. So stay with me. I'll even tell you about a part of the story that almost nobody remembers. You've got the basics: two clever kids abandoned in the forest, breadcrumbs, a gingerbread house, a witch. Let's focus in on those breadcrumbs. In the story, they're like the way most of us do things until we reach a certain age. We plan, we prepare, we do what we're supposed to do. We build careers, we raise families, we form our own identities, and we think, all right, I kind of know how this works. But then in the story by the Grimm brothers, as in so many stories, as in our own story, life has other plans. Birds eat the breadcrumbs. The best laid plans, man. That's midlife. Not the forest, not the danger, not even the witch. Midlife is the moment we look around and we go, oh my God, the breadcrumbs are gone. You did what you were supposed to do. You followed the script. You made decent choices, and now you're standing there thinking, now what? And that's not failure. It's transition. And notice what the story does not do here. There's no replacement plan. There's no better map or no clever workaround. The kids just wander. That's all they can do at that point. They survive the witch, they get the treasure, and even then, they're still lost. Sometimes even when we win, when we achieve, even when we get what we thought we wanted, we look around and we feel just disoriented about what comes next. So now we come to the part of the story that almost nobody remembers. Leave me a comment if you remember this and have other thoughts about it, but I think most of you will go, no, I didn't even know about that part of the story. After they leave, they defeat the witch, they get a treasure from her house, they leave, and they're wandering around, and they come to a river. And then there's this white duck that comes up to them. And it doesn't say anything, it doesn't give directions, it just says, I can carry you across, one at a time. And that moment holds three really important midlife lessons for us. First, the duck comes up, but notice, it's not a strategy. The breadcrumbs were a strategy, and they failed. The duck just shows up when the kids stop pretending that they know where they are. In the first half of life, we're rewarded for having answers, for being competent, efficient, and certain. Midlife often takes that away. It asks us to say, I don't really know what to do to get across this. When our old strategies, our careers, our identities, our plans stop working, that's an invitation. And it isn't to force new strategies right away. It's to pay attention. It's to wait and watch for the white duck that's just going to show up. It might be a conversation with somebody. I don't know, therapy. It might be this new practice you take up. It might just be a moment of quiet. Or simply the willingness to stop pretending that you have it all together. I don't know, but the point is that at some point we stop trying to engineer everything based on what we've always heard, and we watch for something new that might prompt us in a direction that just, feels right. We just say, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm taking this next step. That's what the kids do. They want to get on the duck. However, the second point, number one, was that the duck is not a strategy. It just appears we have to watch for it. Point number two, you have to ride the duck alone. That's an important point in this story. The duck comes up and it says, I can take you across, but I can't let you cross together. They've been inseparable the whole story, but this crossing happens one at a time. Just like midlife, it typically asks the same of us. Even when we're supported, we may be in good relationships, we may have plenty of friends and loved ones, and still no one's going to make that crossing for us. We've got to figure out, where are we going next? You got to sit on the duck yourself. And then number three, the duck, as important as it is, It doesn't stay. The duck gets them across the river, and then it leaves, and they are looking around. That's not where their house is. The duck doesn't walk them home, guiding them every step of the way. Stories tell us this all the time, that there may be times that you can put things together in your mind. You plan, you strategize, you put the breadcrumbs in your pocket, and sometimes they work out, but often they won't. Then something shows up, some sort of guide, but it won't be what you expect, and the guide will require you to let go of all that strategy, and then it's going to leave you at the other side of the river. So then, lots of times, what do you have to do then? You got to wander in the forest some more, lost, unaware of what to do next. That's just kind of how it works. In midlife, the help that shows up is often temporary. That's number 3. Now, that doesn't mean the help failed. It did exactly what it was meant to do. It's just that the duck doesn't replace the whole journey. It's just one step there. It gets you across the river. So, pulling it all together, here's what Hansel and Gretel teaches us about midlife. When the breadcrumbs disappear, that's not the end of the story. Midlife isn't about better plans or smarter maps. It's about admitting when we're lost, crossing thresholds that we can't cross with somebody else, and then trusting ourselves enough to keep walking afterwards. As for where we walk at that point, there's the next big question. And that's what the videos on this channel are about to a large extent. But I'll stop here. That's enough. There's some stuff to think about at this point. If you're standing there right now, though, and you're looking down and realizing that the breadcrumbs are gone, maybe the question shouldn't be, why isn't my old plan working anymore? What plan should I put together? Maybe the question is, what river am I standing in front of? And what white duck might be nearby? Thanks, y'all.